So I'm just on my way to go get a new tattoo from Sharna Lee Turner, who I've wanted to be tattooed by since before I was even tattooing. So that's pretty exciting, except I'm shitting myself because I do not, for the life of me, know how to get to Malvern. I don't know if I've even been to Malvern. I probably have, but let's hope I don't get lost. I probably will, let's be honest. I always get lost in my own bedroom, but let's hope I don't. Okay, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown because, well, for no reason really. I didn't get lost. It was actually pretty easy to find. But I'm driving around this area and people around here are really rich. There's freaking mansions everywhere. I'm like, holy shit, how do you have this much money? My hot water doesn't even work at the moment. That's why I haven't washed my hair. And it looks like a giant Danish on top of my head. Anyway, so I'm 10 minutes early, which is good. But I really need to do a nervous pee. Wish me luck. So here's just a quick shot of the Grand Illusion where I got my tattoo done. And this is Sharna Lee Turner doing the tattoo for me. She did an amazing job. I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to do an aftercare video. So I'm getting a new tattoo so I can show you how I look after it. So after about an hour after my appointment, I took the wrapping off. Try to be a little bit more careful than I was. I was a little bit rough, but that's because I wrapped it so tightly because I put a glove on to do a tattoo, and I don't want to get any transfer of anything into it, so I wrapped it pretty tightly. So don't wrap it as tight as me, but when you take it off, be more gentle. Even if you need to use scissors, I was just being rough because that's who I am as a person. Yep, so the camera going out of focus as I'm trying to unwrap this 5 million years later. Spoiler alert, I get it off. Oh, there we go. Make sure you deposit the wrapping into a bin that is away from anything else because there is blood elements in there and you don't want to transfer that onto anyone. So this is the way that I do it. There's not only one way. But I use Dettol, which is antibacterial soap. You can use any antibacterial soap as long as it's soft on the skin. And I've just wet a paper towel so that it'll slide over my hand and won't get caught. It's like sandpaper when you don't wet it, so it's pretty horrible. But just gently rub it over your tattoo. Don't be too rough. It's going to be sore, so be really careful. You just get any excess plasma or, you know, little bits of flaking of the tattoo coming off. That's normal. It's just little bits of ink that you need to wipe away. The top layer does eventually fall off. That's normal. So just be really careful. Don't try and pull any bits off before they're ready. Just rinse it off really gently under warm water. And then you just want to pat it dry with a very clean towel, or I'm just going to use another clean, dry bit of paper towel. Oh, look, I'm running away. Yeah, so just gently pat it. Don't scrape it because that will hurt and it can knock a few bits of ink out if it's already started scabbing. I'm a fast healer, so I've already started to scab up a little bit. And that's a look at my tattoo. Pretty. Sharna did an awesome job. I love it. So this is the aftercare cream I use. It's called Numbskull. It's an Australian brand of aftercare cream and it's vegan. all natural ingredients, and it doesn't have any mango in it. There's a lot of aftercares that are vegan that have mango, which I can't have because I'm allergic, so this one's perfect for me. I've already used it before, as you can see. Just you don't want to use too much, so just rub your finger over it and melt it in your finger a little bit, and then softly put it over your tattoo. You'll notice that I'm not dipping the same finger back into the aftercare after I've put it on the tattoo, just because you don't want to transfer anything between them both, just to keep it completely sanitary for the next time that you use it. So I'm just putting a very light layer over the entire tattoo and making sure that it's all covered but not smothered in cream. You don't want to go crazy because you can use too much. So definitely just do a very thin layer over the top like moisturizer. Don't go crazy because you can make it too soggy. So it should just have a nice little shine on top of it. Okay, so just want to do a quick recap on what to do when you're looking after your tattoo. So every artist is different, so make sure you listen to what your artist says. Don't go listen to your mates. Oh, I've had a million tattoos, I know how to do it better than you, blah, blah, blah. Listen to your artist. Don't listen to anyone else, okay? We have the most experience. I know you just think that we don't know anything for some reason, but after you start getting a few, you work out what works best for you, and you can just keep doing the same thing over and over. But when you haven't had that many, you want to try a few new things, because you might work out that something works better than something else after a while. So what I recommend personally is I will wrap up your tattoo after I've finished tattooing it. About an hour after your tattoo, take the wrapping off really gently, give it a wash with some warm soapy water, and then leave it. Don't do anything to it for the rest of the day. Wait until you're just about to go to bed, and then usually I'll tell you what I recommend based on the type of tattoo you have. If you just have a little tattoo like a name or a, you know, just something small, I'd be like, don't worry about wrapping it again. But if you do get a bigger tattoo, palm size and up, I would recommend that you wrap it the first night or the first 2 nights based on how it starts to heal. If it's a bigger tattoo and there's been more trauma to the skin, sometimes the first night it can leak a little bit of plasma, which is the cells coming to the surface trying to heal your tattoo, which is a good thing. But that sticky stuff can actually stick to your sheets or your pajamas or, you know, your shirt or anything, and it's really gross, and you do not want to try and get that off in the morning. It's not fun. You have to peel it off in the shower and be really careful. Oh, it's horrible. Make sure you wrap it up so it doesn't stick to anything. The way that I do that is I would put a very small amount of cream on that night before you go to bed, and then wrap it up with Glad Wrap the same way that your artist has wrapped it before you went home. Sorry, my camera's shaking. I'm like bouncing on my bed. I'm just trying to film this away from everyone because they're playing FIFA, and it's not a good time when they're playing FIFA. You shower as normal. Of course you need to shower to get the germs out of it. It's an open wound. You have to treat it like one. Make sure you shower and wash it gently with sensitive soap. Don't get any perfumed soap or anything that's going to irritate it. Be really gentle with it at all times. When it starts to heal, it will get flaky and scabby and kind of itchy, and it's really annoying. Just try your best not to touch it or pick at it or itch it or anything. It's so annoying, but just try your best, because if you do scratch it and pull any of the ink out before it's ready to fall out on its own, you can literally dig a hole out of your tattoo, and it's not very nice. And you can also open it up for germs to get in, and you can get an infection. You can't submerge it in water, so no soaking, bath, pool, spa, anything like that until it's healed. Something I've heard a couple of times is some people decide to use boiling hot water on their tattoo, as hot as they can handle, or a heat pack. You do not want heat on your tattoo. I don't know where this came from. I don't know why people are saying it, but the heat will raise the ink to the surface, and you don't want that because the ink will come out. That's not what you want in your new tattoo. Please don't do that. Sometimes on the first night of the tattoo, if my tattoo is a bit swollen, because I'm a swelly person, I do get very red and swollen, so I put an ice pack on my tattoo. Ice is fine. It makes the swelling go down. Make sure you wrap it though. Don't put direct cold ice block on your tattoo. Wrap it with something so that it's just a bit cold. There's a ghost opening my bedroom door right now. Yikes.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions about aftercare, you can leave me that question in the comments section below. Let me know what you think of my new tattoo. I am in love with it. I think it's amazing. I've wanted to get tattooed by Sharna for ages, so it's really exciting for me. Let me know if you have any other questions or if I left anything out. I probably did, because that's what I do. Yes, until my next video, I'll see you later, or I'll see you at another time.